Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla and today I'm giving y'all a finance update for June 2024. We are halfway through the year. Happy July. June started and then June ended. That's what it felt like. Like it was June 1st and then it was all of a sudden June 30th. I don't know what happened to the time. June was also my first full month being self-employed and I had a pretty good month. I'm excited to show y'all my numbers. But before I get to my numbers, I want to talk about the goals that I set for the month. Goal number 1 was to save to 4 of my sinking funds. I have 8 sinking funds total, but 4 of them I want to continue adding to on a monthly basis. So that would be emergency fund, gifts, car maintenance / car, and then car insurance because those are like top priority. And I did achieve this. So I will go through the specific numbers. I mean, y'all have already, I've talked about it in Transfer Tuesdays. Y'all have already seen what I budgeted for these before, but I'll talk about that when I go through my actual spending. My second goal was to make at least $3,500 from my online business, and I did achieve that. I actually made over $4,500. I'll give you all the specifics when I go through my income and spending. I also always give an income report that will be up later this weekend. So I did achieve both of my goals. Very, very exciting. And now let's go ahead and hop to my spreadsheets. Gross business revenue came to $4,726.68. As I said, my goal was $3,500 or more. And obviously I exceeded that, which is so amazing. Like I said, I do an income report video every month. That is not changing, so that will be up later this weekend. I give a breakdown of where all of my money is coming from. I did see an increase in coaching. I had a few more clients, which is so exciting. Y'all know that's where I want to grow. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I always have spots available because I'm doing this full time now. So I have spots open. But yes, I will break this down further in that video. And then rollover business revenue, this was just money that was still in my business checking account from May, and that rolled over into June. So that was $852.96. And then I did pull from my business sinking fund. Earlier this year, I saved a total of $5,000 to my business sinking fund, and I pulled $1,000 from that in June. And I'll talk about where this comes in as I go through my spending. By the way, this top section is only focused on the business side of things. Since I'm now self-employed, I have a separate section for business, and then down here is like my personal spending or day-to-day spending. But this is all for business expenses. So first up would be payroll, because I do pay myself as a W-2 employee. So that was $2,000. Payroll taxes, I budgeted $219 because that's what I thought it was. But I realized that that was slowly decreasing. So that ended up actually being $166.50. I mentioned how my payroll taxes were decreasing in a video recently, and a couple people told me about the unemployment tax and how once you reach a certain amount, then it drops off. So that is why that has been decreasing. So that's good. I think even for May, I had the wrong number. Like if you go back and watch that video, I had the wrong number because I just assumed it was staying the same, but it was a little bit less than what I had budgeted. So that's good. Distribution, I budgeted $1,000. This is just money that I transfer from my business checking account to my personal checking account. So it's outside of payroll, but I can use that money for my personal spending. I actually ended up doing $1,500. So because I made more money and because of my spending, I wanted to send myself more money and be able to work with more. Business expenses, I budgeted $1,200. That ended up being a bit more, $1,386.45. In my income report video, I also break down my business expenses, but I will say that the largest chunk of this was my giveaway, my biannual giveaway. So that was $1,000, and that's where I pulled $1,000 from my business sinking fund because that's what I had saved for. So I did announce the winner several videos ago. The winner was Jennifer. She has already received the $1,000. I will have another giveaway later on this year. It's going to be like November, December time. And then last thing up here would be insurance. This is health and dental insurance through healthcare.gov. And that was $99.28. I have a full video talking about this coming out in July or this month. So now we can go to the personal side of things. So me as an employee, business payroll, I really should call this paycheck. I'm going to change that going forward. So it's going to be just income or my paycheck. So that is $2,000. Distribution, like I said, that was $1,500. I did make some extra income, actually quite a bit. That was $912. I also break that down in my income report, so stay tuned for that. And then this month, I did not pull anything from my sinking fund, so I was working with $4,412. Okay, first expense, taxes. I budgeted $568.56. This is payroll taxes, or just like my regular paycheck taxes, plus money that I set aside for estimated tax payments because of those distributions. That ended up being $618.56. My brokerage, I just threw in, I budgeted $10, but I actually ended up putting $233 to my brokerage account. And then you can see that SEP IRA is on here as well. I talked about this in my most recent Transfer Tuesday video. I did not budget anything for my SEP IRA, but I ended up opening that and putting $100 to that for June. So altogether, $333 invested, and I'm very happy about that because obviously I can't invest as much as I was when I was working full time, but I still want to be able to invest on a monthly basis and a minimum of $100. So to be over $300 is great. All right, and then these are the sinking funds that I was talking about. So emergency fund, that did get $100. My gift sinking fund did get $75. Car/car maintenance did get $100. And then car insurance sinking fund got $125. I did donate $100. I donated to Barkville Dog Rescue this month. House/utilities, I budgeted $1,124. So this is my portion of the mortgage as well as 50% of the utilities, which covers like 6 utilities. That was a little bit less, $1,120. And then for household, I budgeted $50 and was a little bit under there, $46.44. I bought a reusable tea bag. It's actually a little sloth that like hangs on to the side of the cup. It's very cute. Needed some batteries. We painted our kitchen cabinets in June. I have a vlog about it on my lifestyle channel. So I had to buy a paintbrush, and then I also got a tomato stake for my garden, which I also vlog about. You can see my garden on Living Like Layla. Groceries, I budgeted $350 and I barely went over. So still doing good on groceries. That was $354.61. And then food out, I budgeted $30 but spent $32.17. So barely over budget here too. Me and my sister grabbed lunch. We split that. Got Cinnaholic. That's like this vegan cinnamon bun shop in Atlanta. And then Chipotle. I paid for my boyfriend and myself, but then he ended up paying me back the bulk of it. Like he ended up giving me, I think in total it cost me $24, and then he sent me 21. I had mentioned in my recent money chat video how I like felt anxious about this Chipotle purchase because I was like, oh, I should have just used my Uber Eats gift card because I have money there. And I just like felt bad to go over budget and to spend on food because that's an area that I don't like to spend too much on food out. And he could sense my anxiety around this. So yes, he did end up, he sent me the $21 for that. So that's why I'm not too far over budget there. But I mean, it's not too bad overall for food out. Gas for my car, I budgeted $65. Ended up spending $61.57. I got gas 2 times. Health and beauty, I budgeted $200. I did end up going over budget. That was $273.32. I did buy a perfume along with an oil that I use. I bought new lotion. I got body soap. I paid for the Ladders app. It's this workout program that I've been following. Vitamin D3, I did get a massage, and then I purchased some tanning SPF oil. So yes, over budget by $73.32. For the dogs, I budgeted $180. That was a little bit lower. Because I watched the dogs in May and I like stayed at my sister's house for several days, I lowered what I gave her. So I sent her $165 for the dogs. But then there's been a cat. He's not really stray, I wouldn't say, but there's a cat in our neighborhood who followed me home and like is obsessed with me now, and he won't leave the house. Like he just stays outside the house. I started feeding him. I bought him some cat food, so that's what this includes. Honestly, for my future budgets, I may have to increase this budget, like dogs/neighborhood cat, because I will be buying him food on a regular basis. I'm trying to get him to a rescue, but right now rescues are full, but he's a super sweet cat, and I want to keep him, but I'm not the only person who lives here. So it's also, pets are expensive because if something is wrong with him medically and we end up keeping him, like there is the risk of like, oh, he has something and we have to pay thousands of dollars. Like I had a cat when I was younger that cost well over, like probably his lifetime was 15,000, maybe more. So pets can be very, very expensive. So I do want to keep him, but I know at the end of the day it's best for us not to. But I am going to continue feeding him and petting him. Anyways, moving on to Netflix. That was $23.48. Gym membership is $39.99. Personal spending, I budgeted $50. I went over here. So I ended up spending $180.55. I did buy one book. I bought a new pair of headphones for the gym because mine, they got like water damage and they weren't working as well. But then they started working again. But I don't know, it's fine. I did buy a shirt for the gym. I bought sandals, just like casual slip-on sandals. And my sister and I ended up going to get our ear pierced. We both got flat helix piercings. And that was the most expensive thing, almost $100 if we like include the tip and everything. It was kind of a last minute decision and it's fine. You know, I'm happy I got it. I really like the piercing. It's cute. And that's probably like one of the last piercings I'll ever get. So yeah, over budget by $130. Not ideal, but it's okay. Next is car emission/registration. I also added in my license renewal. I budgeted $50 for this, but I didn't realize that I did realize this, but I forgot. It kind of slipped my mind. My license was expiring on my birthday in 2024, so this month, and I had to renew that. So altogether, $73.52 for everything. So a little bit over budget, but these are things that I have to pay for, so no big deal there. Gifts, I budgeted $50, ended up spending $25. I got a gift card for my cousin's first birthday. I did not pull for my sinking fund to cover this. I'm just cash flowing it. And then there were two things that I did not budget for. So first would be parking. And that was $17.20. Went to Ponce City Market 2 times and paid for parking. It adds up. Then fun/entertainment. This was like the final Saturday of June. My boyfriend and I went to go see Quiet Place Day 1. That was $22.85. I wanted to pay for that. We went to a matinee, actually. So that's why it's lower than movies typically cost. Great movie, by the way. We both rated it like a 9.5 out of 10. I think it was really good. I love all of those movies. And there was a cat in this one that was just like star of the show. Loved him. It was a good movie and very good to see in theaters. But that's all my spending for June. You can see altogether I spent $3,897. And yes, this shows that I was like over budget as a whole, but this includes extra investing that I didn't account for. I mean, saving for my taxes. Obviously, I went over budget in a couple of areas that I would prefer not to, but nothing too bad. And I am very glad to be positive overall. Like this, it was just a good month in my opinion. Now to my yearly finance tracker. We're going to go through my savings, my investments, and my net worth. Starting with my savings, these are all held in Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and I recorded these numbers after the interest came through for the month. So first up would be taxes, $252.33. There was a decrease here. I did add some to this, but I also pulled everything out from May because I had to pay my quarterly estimated taxes by June 15th. Emergency fund is $13,966.59. That was at the end of June. Since then, it has increased on a Transfer Tuesday. But yeah, this is good. We are getting past the 14,000s, and my goal for the year is 15,000. Gift sinking fund, $1,023.47. I just haven't been touching this, just been adding to it for the most part and letting it grow as much as possible so that I just, if I like absolutely need to pull from it to cover something for gifts, then I'll have that. Travel, $6,094.14. Car/car maintenance, $4,114.29. That's over $4,000 now, so that's exciting. Car insurance, $129.79. Insurance savings, this is for my healthcare tax credit savings because I am taking a tax credit and I will probably have to pay that back next year. So $2,475.99 there. And then business sinking fund, $3,588.46. So overall, a bit of a decrease. You can see altogether I have over $31,600. Last month I had almost 1,000 more than that, but that's okay. As I mentioned before, top priority are those 4 sinking funds that I keep adding to on a monthly basis, and obviously taxes. But yeah, as long as I can keep a pretty decent balance in there, I'm good. Next are my investments. So my Roth IRA, that is up 3.1% to $36,109.13. My 401k, obviously I didn't add anything to my 401k or my Roth IRA because I've already maxed out my Roth IRA for the year, and then my 401k was through my employer and I finished that in May. So 401k is up 5%, $36,261.99. Obviously the market is doing well. SEP IRA, I just opened, and I just contributed to that at the end of June, so $100.04 there. My brokerage account with Vanguard, that is up 6.3%, $9,640.88. I did contribute some to that. And then Coinbase, which I just don't touch it as of right now, that is down 26% to $38.54. Altogether, I have $82,150.58 invested, and I'm up 4.4% overall compared to last month. Now we're going to look at my net worth, and before I scroll down, let me say that all of the numbers that I just went over are going to be down here in the yellow section, except I do not include my tax savings. I also do not count the value of my car in my net worth or any of my belongings. That is just personal preference. And then the only thing I add is the balance in my checking account, so my business checking account and personal checking account, and you can see the total there because I have no liabilities. So my net worth for June came to $115,918.32, which is good because we saw a pretty decent increase. The market is up right now. That's why I'm seeing the increase, because at the end of the day, I did not save that much money or invest that much money. I don't want to see my net worth decrease at all, but it's a possibility because a lot of my assets are tied up in investments. And if the market decreases or crashes at all, I will feel that. And I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to keep on investing, keep on saving where I can. But it's really nice to see this increase, especially by more than just a couple $100 like I saw last month. So I do have charts for this. This is so far for 2024. And we have June in there now. And then all of 2021 through present day in this chart. And then final number here would be my credit score or my Vantage score. I just use Credit Karma to keep track of this. And that is currently at 813. Final spreadsheet is my goal tracker, one of my favorite spreadsheets. I do have this available for purchase on my Etsy shop. These are the goals that I am still working toward in 2024. Obviously, 401k is knocked out. That's why I have it crossed out. I'll hide it as of next month because I'm done with that. I have contributed a total of $8,604, but I will not be adding more to my 401k for the rest of the year. Next up would be net worth. I did adjust this. I want to reach $125,000 net worth or more. In June, my net worth increased by $4,107.29. So I am about $9,000 away from reaching this. I'm pretty positive I'll go over this number as long as the market stays as it has been. But if I don't hit this, it's okay. Net worth goals are kind of not unrealistic, but something that you don't need to put too much pressure on yourself because you can't control everything when it comes to your assets. Next goal is to make $100,000 or more in gross income. So for June, that was $5,638.68. I am $39,000, a little bit more than $39,000 away from hitting this goal. So for the rest of the year, I would have to make $39,000 gross. It's a possibility. That's definitely a stretch, but I'm still going to aim for that, and at least it's pretty close, you know? Next goal is to make at least $50,000 from my business. In June, that was $4,726.68. We're halfway through the year, and I'm 55% toward completing this goal. So far on track, a little bit more than being on track, and for the rest of the year, I'll need to make a little bit over $22,000. So this one is definitely possible, and I'm still going to aim for this. Hopefully it'll be closer to 60,000 or more. Emergency fund, I want to reach 15,000. In June, I added $160.04 if we include the interest that was gained in this account. So a little bit over 1,000 away from reaching that. And then final goal is to spend less than $50,000. This is excluding business expenses, excluding savings, tax savings, investments, all of those things. In June, I did really well, even though I overspent on some areas, but altogether $2,545.70 on actual spending. And with this one, we are 50% through the year, like I said, and this is below 50%, so that's good. That is exactly what I want to see there. That's everything for me for June. Very excited about it, very happy about it, feeling very, very grateful. A few things before I sign off. So first thing is that I have been posting on my Debt Over It TikTok just about every single day. And it's honestly quite a bit of work. So I would appreciate if y'all are on TikTok to please follow me there. It's at Debt Over It. That will be in my description box as well. A lot of it is content that I'm also not posting on YouTube because TikTok lets me post 3-minute videos. On shorts, for YouTube shorts, it has to be less than a minute. And what I'm posting on TikTok is not always coming over to YouTube. So yes, I would appreciate the follow. I've already mentioned how I have spots available for coaching, working with me one-on-one. I help you all to budget. I help you to save. I help you to come up with a plan for paying down debt and saving, all the things. But I also am offering free coaching in exchange for y'all to come on my podcast and YouTube channel. So yes, you would have to show your face, show your income, show all your numbers, but it's a way to work with me for free. I have a few people set up already to do this with, and I have these episodes coming in August. So I'm very excited. If you want to participate, I have my little application linked in my description box. And I guess that's it. I thought I had something else to share, but it's not coming to me if there was. But feel free to comment down below how the month of June went for you. Let me know what you're working toward. What are you looking forward to in July? Anything you want to share, comment that down below. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.